What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. Today we're going over branded Despia. This is going to be the first place deck list that I got last week. Was playing it. This is going to be a foreshadowing, I guess, or the beginning of the built from the ground up, taking a deck apart, and we're going to be just going over it. So before diving over to like, comment, subscribe, we're going to be going over in the first month of this. Going to be April. We're going to be going over branded, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. We are playing the 3 Albas. It's going to be a very generic list. Nothing really spicy for you guys. We are playing 3 because there are Castira. Also, no, having this in hand is not really bad as well. You have lots of plays with it. You can discard it off your Lubellion, be able to shuffle it back. Really good. Also a good normal summon as well. We're playing the triple summon of the Aluber here. Obviously you want to search for your spells. We are still playing the 1 Tragedy and the 1 Quem. I did consider bumping this up to 2, which I will mention in the next week. We'll be going over it on probably the 4th. Going to be diving on in. We're taking the deck completely apart and we're explaining, guys, the ratios of everything, why you want to play multiple of the cards, and different variants of the deck as well. We are playing the 2 Cartesia as well as the 1 Maximus. That's because we are playing the Nadir in this build. Maximus is never really for the turn 1 combo unless you really are needing cards. You can just be able to summon it out. Be careful when you are playing this because, if you do hit up against a voice player, they will be able to get pluses off it, especially if they are playing, the card themselves. They're playing the Mercurier. I want to apologize for the glare as well. And then we are playing the Albion, the Shrouded Dragon, the Lubellion, the Bistosauronir, as well as the Gimmick Puppet here to finish off our cards. Our monsters, I should say. So we're not playing any hand traps you can see in this build. This is going to be very standard. So you have your Albas, your Alubers, your Cartesias. We're not playing 3. Your Tragedy, your Quem, your Maximus. This can be absolutely changed for your second copy of Quem. Your Mercurier for the Negate, and then of course the Albion Descent, Lubellion, and then Sauronir is very standard. And we're all pulling the Gimmick Puppet in the main deck in this version because it's just really consistent. I think I ended up pulling it off once last week. It's also a really easy side out. I did get first place, but I think that one of my hardest matches was probably the Dinomorphia deck, which we're going to be seeing tomorrow. It was a really good match. I really liked it. I thought some cards really came in clutch. The Branded Fusion, obviously make sure Ash is in the format. So, you are going to be seeing your Ash get hit a lot with this. The 3 Branded Openings, still an amazing card. There are some plays where you do add this in the end phase. Off the Albion, use it to discard cards and get your Quem on the field. Quem's an insane card. We're only playing 1 branded in red. I know a lot of plays are also playing multiple of this and some bigger cards. We want to stay consistent because one of our main goals is to Gimmick Puppet people. So if you are playing more, you can definitely max your branded red, playing another one. You want to bump up to 45. We're all just playing the 40 build. We are playing the Branded Lost. This card's absolutely incredible. We all know what it does. And then we also are playing the triple copies of Fusion Deployment, as well as the triple copies of Dear Servant. So Dear Servant is just going to help you facilitate your plays. You don't have to play this as well. This is going to be the build that we were playing. It came in a lot of clutch, being able to just search for Quem, normal summon of Quem, get your combos going. It was really nice having the Albion, if your Branded Fusion gets ashed. It's just really good. But of course, once again, if you do get hit with the voice player at locals, it is quite rough. Then for other cards, we are playing the 3 Forbidden Droplets, and then we are playing the 2 Thrust alongside the 2 Talents, and then the Duplication and the Call of the Grave. I'll just put the final card here as well, which is going to be the Retribution. So Droplets and Thrust, as well as Talents, are really good because one of the hardest matchups are Flu. Shout out to Royal. He's our local Flu player. Unfortunately, he was not there, so I didn't have to play against him. But this deck struggles against Flandres, I guess, really, or any shifter deck as well. Cashtier is really hard, but having a Droplets in the hand, when you don't have so many versions that you can play, you can't play those 15 hand traps that Snake Eyes playing. You can't play all these cards like that. And so being able to go having multiple cards in your hands, if you have a Luber or a Cartesia, or well, not that one, Cartesia and an Albaz, a lot of the time you can't just normal summon out, let's say your hand's looking like this. Not the greatest hand, but still a very good hand. So you can normal summon out the Aluber, activate its effects. If something happens, you can actually go Droplets, send it itself, plus an Albaz. They get 2 cards on the field. So if they have an IP or they have their copy of I'm having a blank here, of the Flamberge, you can stop that. You can stop a copy of Appaloosa, or even a Cashtier, Fenrir, whatever you want to negate the stuff. And then you could actually activate the effect of the Cartesia because you do have an Albaz now engraved. You still get your search off the Aluber if they tried like veiling it, something like that. But like, this just comes really in clutch a lot of the times with the cards. So I really thought this was going to be good because you cannot play all those like high impact hand traps. You can't play Ashes. You don't have enough room for all that stuff. So like playing these cards are just very impactful. And then I am playing the double talents over the triple thrust because I don't mind seeing this card in my hand because, you know, going second is really powerful, as well as we are in a heavy hand trap format. So if I don't necessarily see both of these, or even if I do see both of these, I can just activate thrust, set the fusion duplication, which I'm most likely going to be doing first anyways. Then if I already have like multiple copies of talents, I don't have to ever have to think about like, oh, duplication or talents. And in the case like I do have all three of these in hand, I can set whatever other set like I want. I can set either a copy of your servant, I can do like a copy of fusion deployment. There's lots of spells in my deck that I would love to add to hand or set, including Brand Infusion as well. So like there's just lots of good cards you can do off of it. I just didn't really want to always seeing the thrusts, and talents really never hurts to see. And of course, Call with the Grave is Call with the Grave. You want to hit Ash as much as you can. And Brand Retribution is really nice as well, being able to that recycle effect. That's it for the main deck. We're not going into too much detail because, you know, I do want to be saving parts of it for the From the Ground Up series. And then for our extra deck, we are playing the 2 copies of Mirror Jade, very standard, 2 copies of Albion, 1 copy of Lubellion, the Sanctum Fire Dragon, the Rinbrum, the Titaniclad, and then the double copies of Granganol, alongside the 1 Masquerade, the 1 Quertus. Then we have the Guardian Chimera, the Predator Dragospellia, and the 1 Synchro, which is the Deathbin Luluwalith. Very, very standard extra deck. I don't think really anything changes. I know some players are not playing the 2 Granganol. I think this card is absolutely insane. You definitely should play 2 of it. Masquerades, because a lot of decks do struggle to go over this. You do not need to play multiple. You can choose to side it, but I just think that it's not really worth siding. You might as well play it in the game 1, which is the same kind of reason why I'm playing the copy of the Gimmick Puppet in the main as well. You know, the deck is known for playing it. Therefore, you know, you should be playing it in your main. You can dump it off the Granganol. You guys all know the lines for this by now. It's just really good. And then I Titaniclad as well, which is nice because we are playing the Maximus. But like sometimes you can just have the effect and then have multiple, you know, having Titaniclad as well as the Luluwalith. Choosing if you want to be able to send it off the Mirror Jade, or if you just want to dump it with the copy of Granganol or the Dear Servant. Which is really nice because it can let you have like multiple different lines. Of course, Guardian Chimera is Guardian Chimera. And this is going to be one of your most powerful lines against like a Flu or a Kashtira deck. You're going to be able to just summon this in defense, which you don't really want to do blind a lot of the times, but if you just think that you're playing against like a rogue deck or they shifter you, you can just end on this and then like put it in defense always, so you can just negate like a bird, which is really nice. But like very standard extra deck. You can change some stuff around, but I think that just mostly very, very standard. That's it for the video. I'm not going to be showing off the side deck because I think that definitely is going to be locals reliant, and I want to be, you know, explaining that in a future video. But if you guys want to see more content like this, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.